And welcome. And welcome. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
I'm hearing someone. Who am I hearing?
Me.
We already have 30 people here. All right. Admit, admit, admit. Anna. I hope these are all genuine names. Admit, Rebecca. I know who that is. I know who that is. Joining. Yes, I know who these people are. Wonderful. So 33. Now, today I have a kind of a grand plan, because yesterday I felt we had a few spare moments. And now I think most of us expect these sessions to be 40 minutes, not 30. So let me just see. So I thought, well, if we have spare time, we will go over the second song as well. But let's see how it goes. Now people are still arriving. Yes, and also I see that it takes a moment for people to join. So they're joining after they've been, clicked to be admitted. Right, I still don't see Merlin. We have a slight problem here in the... I can't see you, Merlin. Yeah, you need password and stuff. It's on my website. I'm going to start. So, Hugh Ricks, wonderful, wonderful. Yes, I may be playing with one hand and admitting people with another hand. Now, just so you know, if you join slightly later and I'm playing a song, I may not be able to click and admit you straight away. So, first of all, we sit upright. And we will kind of tune in together. We'll sit upright and look at each other. I hope you can all see at least half of our audience here. I'm unmuting everyone. We're going to sing one note together. That one, just humming it and just feeling how the sound is in your body today. Let's go. I'm hearing you. Yeah, mostly in tune. Good. Some shy voices there, not really cutting through. So we will just go into that first tune and sing through the first tune. And what I'm doing with my body, I'm opening up here in the chest, shoulders are relaxed. And this is a nice and easy lullaby that some of us may know from either from Russian singing or from Yiddish singing. And we have people coming from the Yiddish side here. Please let me know if you know this tune or something similar to this tune. Let me share it with you. Now we are singing it in a different key. So this is the key where it's written, would be too high for us. So just before we start, let me make sure. Somebody is talking to me. Who are you? Everyone is muted. Yeah. Everyone is muted. Okay. Merlin Shepherd, if you see if you can make you, I'm making you host. Great. Okay, so you can admit people, yeah? Excellent. So I can proceed to singing. Excellent. Okay, let's do that. Screen share. Here we go. Ready? So we're going to go right down to that key, right? So watch my hand. Let's go through the top melody. On your top, there are two lines, and the lower line is for a harmony line. The top one is the main tune, and it's much lower than it's written. C minor. Sing with me. La 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 Then it repeats. That's it. Let's sing it quietly. We can almost hum it or just sing it really quietly as if you're actually singing a lullaby. Let's go. La nice and simple, quite a touchy tune, isn't it? Anyone crying yet? No? Okay, there is some chat happening here. I can't look at it. Lots to do. Let's look at the second melody. Are you okay with the first melody now? All right, if you're not nodding, it means that you are not objecting. So, you know, let's take it that way. Second line. So we start with the same note. It goes like this. Da, 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 da. Same note, next line. Da, 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 pretty easy to read, but let's do it one more time. That's your first note. Let's go together. And la, 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 repeat the second line. La, 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 Now, I know that some of you are there with a partner, so you could try these two melodies at the same time. I'll stick to the main tune for those who find it more, you know, easier to sing the main melody. I'll stick to the main melody. Let's see if we can do two together, and then we'll talk about that poem and what it means. It's a lullaby. The first two verses are pretty usual, what you will see in other lullabies as well. So, sleep, my child. Da, 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 da. Okay. Yeah. How they combine together. Okay, I'll sing the top line. I'll try to play the lower line at the same time. 1, 2, 3, and la, 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 repeat the second line. Nice and soft, isn't it? Let's look at you. How are you doing with this? Okay, now we will look at our text. At the beginning is like in many other lullabies, sleep, my little child. Let's look at it. I suggest what we do now is we read it in the rhythm of the song, and then I'll translate it. It's easy. It's ta, 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 all the way through, very plain rhythm. Now you can see the first verse here. Let's go together. And let's go. Спи, младенец мой прекрасный, баюшки, баю. Next line. Тихо смотрит месяц ясный в колыбель твою. Let's do the last two lines again. Тихо смотрит месяц ясный в колыбель твою. So, спи is sleep, imperative, sleep. Младенец is a little child, baby. Мой is my, прекрасный, beautiful, lovely. Bayushki, bayu is something you usually say. It doesn't really mean anything apart from just sounds to go sleep. Bayu, bayu. I've learned that in English you say hush, bye, baby. I didn't know that. So the next line, tiha. Tiha is quietly. Смотрит is to look. Месяц is crescent moon. Ясно is clear. В колыбель is into the cradle. Твое is yours. So quietly, the crescent moon, the crescent moon is looking in your cradle. How is that? Okay, shall we try that? Let's try that with music. I'm taking you to the music. Oh, we have a lovely group of 50 people here today. Wonderful. Right, you should see your text in the music. Now you choose if you want to sing the harmony line. I'm sticking to the main melody, okay? Let's go. Спи, младенец мой прекрасный, баюшки пою. Тихо смотрит месяц ясный в колыбель твою. One more time from the beginning. Спи, младенец мой прекрасный, баюшки баю. Тихо смотрит месяц ясный, колыбель твою. Second line again. Тихо смотрит месяц ясный, колыбель твою. So we probably will do just that today, but I need to tell you that the poem, let me take myself back to your faces. The poem was by Mikhail Yuryevich Lermontov, Lermontov as we call him. Now, how many of you know Mikhail Lermontov? Yeah. Now, if you're in my choir, or if you know Russian art songs, or you know Yiddish songs, you know that tune. Выхожу, один я на дорогу, сквозь туман. It's Aleyn and Vegan Yiddish as well. It's a Russian art song with the most beautiful text. I'm thinking about teaching it to you someday. It just has a very big range, but hey, we can do it, can't we? So I might bring it either for a Yiddish session or for a Russian session or for both. It's a big song. So Lermontov lived 26 and a half years. In that time, he became, a second most established, most beautiful, I would say, Russian poet after Pushkin. He absolutely adored Pushkin. Pushkin was his hero. So he kind of ended his life in a similar way to Pushkin. He wanted it to be like that. Now, he caused some trouble when Pushkin died. He claimed that Pushkin was kind of mistreated by the government, blah, blah, blah. So he was sent to the Caucasus, and he was in the army. So he was actually there on the border fighting. And he got into a conflict with his colleague, and he went to a duel. And we know that duels were very usual thing to do back in these days, and he got shot in the duel, just like Pushkin. So it's very interesting. He was young and he was very romantic. His poetry and his prose is fantastic too. Beautiful writing. Lermontov, look him up if you don't know him. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful writing. This poem is much, much longer. So he heard that a variation of this from a woman locally where he was serving in the army, and he wrote his own version of that poem. And he even wrote, they say, it's not proven, that he wrote the first tune to it. So what we're saying now is kind of a slight variation of what he wrote. But there are lots of different variants of this tune. And if you search for music for this one, you won't find a matching version. There are lots of different versions. So what happens in the rest of this poem, in the beginning of it, it's just sleep, my little child, sleep tightly, dream your dreams. But what happens next is the mother says to the child, you will grow big and you will be a defender of our motherland. I will be at home waiting for you. or worrying where you are if you're still alive, and basically you'll give your life to defend our country, which is a bit strange. I don't want to sing all these 7 verses, so we stick to the first 2. Let's do it. We'll just do one, yeah? One a couple of times, maybe all the way through. Okay? Спи, младенец мой прекрасный, баюшки баю, тихо смотрит месяц ясный, колыбель твою. Repeat the second line. Тихо смотрит месяц ясный, колыбель твою. One more time. Спи, младенец мой прекрасный, баюшки баю, тихо смотрит месяц ясный, колыбель твою. Тихо смотрит месяц ясный, колыбель твою. How is that? Okay, I'm going to take a sip of my tea. I'm going to unmute you for a second. If you want to say anything, you can do it in a messy way. Let's see whom we hear. Go.
I love it.
Lovely. Beautiful.
I love it too.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't hear any complaints. Okay, that's good. So I suggest we sing through it one more time, and then we will have a couple of minutes to sing the next one. The first song is really, really simple. Let's do this. I'm going to sing a second melody this time. See if you can stick to the main tune, or you can, maybe you'll harmonize or do something else. I'll try to play the top melody and sing the lower melody. Спи, спи, start together, let's go. Спи, младенец мой прекрасный, баюшки баю, вместо тихо смотрит месяц ясный, колыбель твою. Second line. Тихо смотрит месяц ясный, колыбель твою. I just heard somebody singing. Make sure that you are muted, otherwise we have all this sound bouncing back and forth. One more time, yeah? Sorry, I think I can't do 2. Let's see who is in the audience and what you're doing. Okay, let's go. Спи, младенец мой прекрасный, баюшки баю, тихо смотрит месяц ясный, колыбель твою. Тихо смотрит месяц ясный, Okay.
Beautiful.
I hear people still singing. Right, so this is something you may want to explore in your spare time. There are lots of other verses, and in that file that I think I gave you, there is a link to full text and translation to, you see here. Oh no, it's not, it's, ooh. Basically, if you type it in, you should come across the full text. It's not so difficult, and there are English translations. I found 2. So what I've posted in the file is kind of a combination of 2 different translations. Interesting. It's an interesting poem. Obviously, Lermontov wrote, you know, about what he saw, and he was in the middle of all these events in the Caucasus. Now, let's look at the second song. Now, this is about pancakes. It's a children's song. It's also a fun song that people sing on Maslenitsa. You know what Maslenitsa is? Butter Week. It's a special Russian celebration of the spring equinox, I think, originally. Is it? Well, it's half and half. The day is the same as the night, and that's when we go into the field and we find in Russia places, spaces in the fields without any snow. We go barefoot on these things. We make a connection with the soil. This is also a symbol of the sun, this pancake, right? So you can attach it to many kind of olden days rituals, but what it is now is a simple children's song. Let's look at it. Now, the tune is just that. So let's look at that. The main tune is on top. So I'll sing it. Sing it with me. We'll know it in no time. Maybe a bit high for some people. Let's go to C major, okay? A tone down. Okay, together. One more time. Now, a lot of you are music readers. It'll be no effort for you to read the melody, the second line. And the lowest melody is also very simple. You're welcome to try these different parts. Unfortunately, we won't be able to hear each other. I'm sticking to the main tune. Let's see if we remember it. Come on, together, yeah? Ta ta ta. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Did anyone sing a harmony line of their own? Anyone? Yes, 1, 2. Yeah, anyone else? Great, well done. You brave people, fantastic. So let's take it to the text. So what we do, we have several different options, but what we all sing together, whichever option you choose, is Oi bliny. Look at the fat writing, yeah? Chorus. Ой, блины, 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 вы блиночки мои. Let's go together. Ой, блины, 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 вы блиночки мои. Again. Ой, блины, 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 вы блиночки мои. Ой, блины, 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 вы блиночки мои. Oh, my lovely little pancakes. So we have a Russian text here. We have a transliteration here. We have tasty little treats today. We want pancakes, hip hooray. So we can sing that as well. What I will do, I will read through the first 2 verses. And then if you want to do it in Russian with me, do it in Russian. If you want to sing it in English, here is an English text for you. So we will do a mixture of things. Yeah. Now, read the Russian with me if you want to do it in Russian. Мы давно. Let's go. Мы давно блинов не ели, мы блиночков захотели. Ой, блины, 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 вы блиночки мои. We haven't had pancakes for a while, we would like to have some. Second verse. Катки новый растворили, 2 часа блины ходили. Okay, so we made a new mixture in the katka, in a bowl, big bowl, and ходили means to walk around in Russian. But what it means here is that the yeast was rising the mixture, and they were ходили, they were moving in the bowl, right? So that's all we're doing in Russian for now. If you want to do that, sing with me. If you don't, you can sing Tasty Little Treats Today on your right side, the English text. Actually, let me take you to this. Oh no, I can't, because you need the English. Okay. Мы давно блинов не ели, мы блиночков захотели. Ой, блины, 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 вы блиночки мои. Ой, блины, 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 ой, блиночки. Second verse. Катки новые растворили, 2 часа блины ходили. Ой, блины, 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 вы блиночки мои. Ой, блины, 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 вы блиночки мои. Let me see your faces. Anyone sang English? I'm unmuting you, tell me. English, anyone? I'm so glad you're enthusiastic about Russian. I think it does sound more Russian when you sing in Russian, obviously. Okay, so let's do that. Before we do the whole, make it into a song, let's see what happens in the end of this thing, right? So, растворили на дрожжах, не удержишь на вожжах. Растворили is to dilute, дрожжи is yeast, не удержишь на вожжах, you cannot hold it back by, what's the thing that holds horses back? It's kind of poetic, you can't hold it back. Моя старшая сестрица печь блины-то мастерица, that's verse 4. My eldest sister is a great master in baking pancakes. And we say bake pancakes, not fry. Yeah? Then, напекла она поесть 5, наверное, 6. She baked to eat 5 or maybe 600 of these, right? На поднос блины кладет и сама к столу несет. She puts them on a tray and brings them to the table herself. Гости, that's number 7. It's important, we should probably sing it. Гости, будьте все здоровы. In the English it says вы, which is also valid. Вот блины мои готовы. Dear guests, be healthy. Here are my pancakes. They are ready for you. So I suggest we read we will sing verses 1, 2, and 7 because it's welcoming. So we've done 1 and 2. Let's look at 7. Together with me. 1, 2, 3. Гости, будьте вы здоровы. Вот блины мои готовы. Okay? Ish, let me see you. All right? Yeah? I haven't even looked at our chat today. So I don't know, write things and I will look at them later. So we sing first verse, блины, 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 chorus. Second verse, блины, 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 chorus. 7th verse, bliny, bliny, bliny chorus, okay? And you can harmonize. If you hear me taking off and doing something else, then it's a valid thing. It's a folk, song. So let's go. Мы блинов не ели, мы блиночков захотели. Ой, блины, 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 ой, блиночки мои, ой, блины, 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 вы блиночки мои. Катки новые растворили, 2 часа блины ходили. Ой, блины, 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 вы блиночки мои. Ой, блины, 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 вы блиночки мои. 7. Гости, будьте вы здоровы, вот и блины мои готовы. Ой, блины, 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 вы блиночки мои. 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 Right? Is that fun?
Like that.
Is that fun? That's fun. So we still have some time. I'm amazed I squeezed 2 songs in this session. I probably won't do it again, but it's fun to rush like this. So before we sing it one more time, this bliny, maybe make it a bit longer, I need to mention a few things. Now, I don't know if anyone said about the first song that there is a Yiddish song, Hulid Hulid Beze Winten, which is quite a tough, kind of painful lullaby. It's almost the same melody. We might look at that song at some point. I don't really want to bring too much sad material. And I mentioned Выхожу, один, дорогу, Aleyn by Lermontov. It is actually, by the way, recorded on that CD that's coming up soon, 150 voices. I'm thinking about dedicating our next 5 sessions after the concert to that recording. So we will be singing songs from my choir's repertoire. Yeah, it could be interesting, could be good. Now, you know that there will be a concert with Vanya Zhuk from Moscow on the 6th of May. He is a rock guitar, blues guitar guy. He sings in Russian Yiddish as well, and he sings folklore as well. He is an interesting, very kind of full-on energy guy, very good. And then, yeah, I need to thank people who have paid me. And there are many different options. Many people write to me about payments that they don't use PayPal. You don't need PayPal. It's my PayPal that it goes to. You don't need PayPal. You can do it with your card or whatever. And the last thing, yeah, I wrote a question here. Did anyone bring pancakes to the table? And what's your favorite pancake filling? But I was going to put it online much earlier, and I only put it on 2 hours before the session, so I don't know. Where do we find the link to the scores and the text? Which scores and which text? It's on my website page, if you mean songs for this session. They're always a couple of hours before the session. There is always the sheets for this are there. So pancakes, if you want to tell me, Ruski pancakes, wild garlic. Oh, wow. Bagels, cheese bliny. Right, my favorite is not cheese. My favorite is lemon. Right. Honey. My favorite is stuffed pancake with mushrooms, and also a stuffed pancake with mashed potatoes and onion. That's what we used to do in Russia, very filling. So here we are, bliny, bliny. You should be able to see it now on your screen. Sip of tea. We will start with la la line together. La 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 блиночки мои. Ой, блины, 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 блиночки. Seventh verse. Гости, будьте все здоровы, вот блины мои готовы. Ой, блины, 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 вы блиночки мои. 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 Ай, да, 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 я, да, 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 я, да, 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 я, да, 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 я, да, 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 я, да, 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 ай, да, 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 я, да, 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 ай, да, 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 я big man. Ай, да, 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 да.
Oh, lovely.
Right, so that was fun. We managed to squeeze 2 songs in. I guess thank you very much, and we used the last minute for singing this one more time. I never talk about posture and voice, much. So let's do the last minute, singing at full volume as if you've just eaten lots of pancakes. You're full of energy. You're just doing oi, bliny, bliny, bliny. In Russian, вы блиночки мои, okay? Full volume, sitting upright. And let's go. Ой, блины, 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 вы блиночки мои. Ой, блины, 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 вы блиночки. And again. Ой, блины, 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 вы блиночки мои. Ой, блины, 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 вы блиночки мои. Okay.
Спасибо.
До свидания.
До свидания.
До свидания.
Bye.
До свидания, and I'll see you again. Thank you very much. Have fun. Keep well. Bye.